Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back. I thought I'd update you with my sim racing rig. So basically, I haven't played it in a while, but I thought I'd update with a couple of stuff that I added. So basically, obviously, the monitor, I was able to get that. I'll give you a little story about it, but here's my sim racing. I am currently using the DD1 Fanatec wheelbase, and also obviously the steering wheel included with all that stuff. So yeah, so I decided, just thought I'd share my sim racing. Basically, just I forgot the brand on this one. I think GT. It's not a GT Omega, but it is similar to the GT Omega. And majority of the 160 aluminum extrusion cockpit, um, roughly around. I mean, I would say it's pretty much the same as across the board. But yeah, no, I got this really cheap, about 2 years ago. Um, yeah, roughly around 500. The cockpit, no, four something. Yeah, so I have everything set up yesterday. All the cables are hidden. As you can see, nothing really comes out your way. Um, but I'm currently using the 49-inch monitor. And also I have I think this is a 12-inch or 11-inch, I can't remember, but that's my dashboard. Um, so nothing really special or anything changes except the monitor. Um, but definitely is a must. Literally just having the monitor closer to you really makes a big difference when it comes to the sim racing. So previously I was using my actual PC right here. So I was using this PC, and then I have my rig right here. So monitor is way too far out, and that's also 49-inch Samsung. That's the Neo G9. This is the non-Neo. It's the previous version of this one. So yeah, so I'm pretty happy with it. I've been testing it. I haven't played in about 3 or 4 months. It's been so long. So I've updated all the firmwares on the DD1, steering wheels and the pedals. That's also good. And one thing I have added to this was um, the what do you call this? The bass shaker for my brakes and my pedal. So it definitely does help. I mean, not necessarily help so much, but you can feel the vibration of the motor on when you're racing. So that's another thing that I do love it. Having this piece right here. They are quite loud. Depending on what the volume you set up to. So this is my amplifier basically for my speakers. Instead of speakers, I'm using the bass shaker. Another thing is, depending, what season you're playing, you do have, when it comes to summertime, it's really hot. So I added a fan right here, basically just blowing the fan. I don't have those ducts and all that stuff yet. Maybe as soon as I get my 3D printer, I'll probably get a duct and probably have on this both sides. As you can see, it does help, because when you're racing, you do really put your energy into it, and you do happen to really get tired and sweat. So that's it's kind of needed. Or you can have a big fan somewhere else on the side of on your rig. But yeah, this is pretty much what I have. I have the Fanatec as well. Shifter, I don't have the handbrake. I don't do a lot of drifting, so that's the reason why I didn't buy the handbrake. Now I am using both. So my PC is right here and my sim racing right there, just right next to each other. I'm using one PC for both of these. So if you look here, here's my PC in the back. Let's see if I can go closer. So that's my PC in the back. So I'm running Intel 49 something. What was that? 4770K? I don't know if that's the one. Anyways, the 47, it's below the i9. So the one below the i9, so I can't remember. So I do have that water cooled. I've been water cooled, cooling my PC since I can remember. It's been about years and years, probably 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know. Also, I'm using the 4070 Super um, RTX NVIDIA. Yeah, it pretty much works great on ultra wide monitor. Ultra wide monitor is 49 inch, 5120 by 1440. It I get roughly around about 200 FPS, close to 200 FPS on Epic settings. So I'm also using that's a DDR5, can't remember, that's 64, maybe 64 gigs, I don't remember. But yeah, so that's my PC right there running both computers, which is my sim racing. So I'm running 1, 2, and then 3 screen. Now the top screen, can't show you that right now, but the top screen is just a regular 34 inch, but I can plug all 4 monitors without any problems on that GPU. I am using HDR, so obviously the Neo G9 is so much better on the screen quality wise, the contrast, the sharpness. It is a mini LED compared to the LED ones, so it's not as, I don't know if you guys can spot on the video, but you can see the little bit of the shade on the side compared to the blacks on this one. This is the Neo G9 is literally just so nice. Never had any issues. Now the story about this monitor, I wasn't planning to get one. I was going to buy one. So there's a guy up my area wanting to sell this, and then I got there, it didn't work. So I said, "Oh man, it doesn't work." And he basically just said, "You know what? We've tried it on 4 different computers and it still doesn't work. Just go ahead and keep it." I was like, "All right." So I brought it home. I went online, start Googling everything, what I could to fix it. I fixed it. I had to remove a little tiny chip in the back of this. I think I can't remember right now. But anyways, I went ahead and removed all the back panel of this monitor. Took all the circuit boards inside, the motherboards and all that stuff, PCBs, took it, studied it, removed that chip, desolder it, and turn it back on, it'll work. And yeah, that's how I was like, you know what, I'll put it on my sim rig. And show you a little bit of the update on my PC. Nothing much. So I got my helmet there for my motorcycle. There's another one there. So I just added the new speaker. This is the CAF LS 50 Meta edition. I do love audio, so it sounds really great. The amplifier that I'm using with this is the Peachtree amplifier right there. I can't remember the Deco Sky. It is 120 watts at 4 ohms, at 8 ohms, I'm sorry. So it's pretty powerful. And then my son's Nintendo. The Bose speaker I have here, that's if I'm not using this, if I'm not listening. So I'll just use the regular speaker. The Bose speaker, it works pretty well. Yeah, Alexa. Yeah, nothing really crazy or any big updates to my stuff other than just the monitor for my sim racing. I got my guitar and then my son's guitar right there. But yeah, no, here goes my PC back here. I think I got this way back about a year and a half ago. I changed from an older 10900K CPU to the 14700K CPU, and then also upgraded the GPU as well. I was using a 1080 Ti, which wasn't great, especially with all the new games, intensive games right now that needs powerful GPU. The 47 will do everything you want to do when it comes to gaming, even on my 49-inch monitor, which is a 5120 by 1440 resolution. So that's good. Yeah, you don't need to get a 4090 or the new GPUs, a 5090, 5080. But for the price of what you're gonna get, yeah, I'll probably get the new one. Obviously, if you're starting off, but other than that, you don't. Yeah, you can get to save money out of it. So Yeah, get the older version. I also have a Stream Deck, so as you can see the Stream Deck, I have the control for my ABS, balance, I got my flash, my pit if I want to go to pit, ignition, start, boost, traction control, and all that stuff. So I have set everything up here. Yeah, I can set up more if I want to. I can just go next page, but all that stuff basically controls all the stuff in my sim racing when I'm racing. And I do race a set of Corsa Competizione. They do have the new version. I haven't gotten it yet. Not a great reviews thus far, so I'm waiting for it to update more on the new software. But here you go. Here's my sim racing rig. I'm using the Bride. Cockpit's pretty steady. Oh, and one of the cockpit too is I couldn't stand the mount, so I put a wheel right here. The wheel. This bracket was from Amazon. So basically, it's a triangle bracket that goes here. As you can see, one right there in the back, so it supports it on the bottom. Obviously I do have the screw down there, and then I added the wheel, the caster wheels right there. So yeah, you could buy one, I believe, from what's it call it, SimLab and some other company out there. You could buy the one that looks pretty nice, but I got this pretty cheap, so I just thought, you know, I had extra casters in my garage. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna use that caster and then just buy the bracket. So it's a solid metal bracket. I think it's 1/4 of an inch thick. Yeah, definitely it's been solid so far. So yeah, so I'm using the Bride. There you go. Definitely it's a little tight. My waist is, I think, 32, 33, 34. That's if I eat a lot. Yeah, definitely it's snug. It's not tight, but it's snug. For this one, it is a smaller version of their chair, so of their racing seat. So yeah, that's all I have. I'll show you guys maybe on next video. We'll see. I'll do my drums as well. But so far, this is what I have. I'm not quite sure. I'm actually thinking of getting a 3D printer. I'm gonna start doing my own 3D printer. My print stuff, some of the stuff for this. I do have to get like a keyboard tray. I have the keyboard already. I got my mouse right there in the corner. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this back right here, and I'm going to use this as a mouse pad, and then I'll have the keyboard tray somewhere right here, so it could go on this side. That's way easier for me. I don't have to go back here, go for front and forward, getting out of my seat. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I am 3 miles away from Micro Center, so they do have a separate mount for this, which is just like this tiny or this big. That way I can use that, and then they use this as a mouse holder for me. Yeah, there's a couple holes in here, but I'm gonna go ahead and put a flat surface, something in there, maybe a wood or whatever it is, that way my mouse could work. But yeah, and then I got my headphone jack right there. So basically I have the headphone jack all the way to my PC hooked up, and then if I'm wearing a non-headphones or non-wireless headphones, I'll plug my headphone right here. I run it all the way in there. So the wires, as you can see, there's not a lot of wires that you see on this rig. Everything's hidden on the bottom, on the side, literally just going around snaking, making sure that nothing comes out. Even on my monitor, you don't see much. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and just ask away. But yeah, I thought I'd share my sim racing. This is 2025, and it's been so many months that I have not updated you guys about it. All right, well, peace out. Thanks for watching.